Hey, what's going on guys? It's me, Aiden. Welcome back to another video. Now, if you did not hear yesterday, we got a new Season 4 promo released from Gloob. We've been getting a lot of those recently, and here's another one to add to the pile. This promo is probably the most controversial one so far because it deals with the shipping aspect of the show, and everyone gets super heated when this comes up, so this should be interesting. As always, if you want to stay updated whenever we get a new promo, I will update you and post the promo, so you can go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to stay updated. But anyway, let's just go ahead and hop right into this video. There's going to be a couple segments that I'm going to be talking about because obviously this promo does not need a scene-by-scene analysis, right? It's Luka and Marinette going on a date, okay? That's pretty generic. We don't need to go scene-by-scene rundown. So this video is going to be split up into 3 parts. The first part is going to be just a generic, like here's some extra things that aren't really related to the shipping or whatever part. The second part is going to be a more scene-by-scene analysis, but not like in the way that you're imagining. It's going to be me commentating on some of the things that are happening and my opinions on them. And the third and final category is going to be me talking about Lukanette in general and how realistic maybe it is. So those are going to be the 3 categories, and let's go ahead and hop right into this video. So the first scene I want to talk about is Marinette here talking on her phone, more specifically with the Kwamis, because I really think it's great that we're seeing these Kwamis just out and about in Marinette's room, often like how we saw Tiki, and I mean Tiki is right here as well, but we would see how Tiki would just, be out and about talking with Marinette about whatever she's thinking about that day, right? And it looks like we're going to be getting that same effect with all the rest of the Kwamis, and that means that we as an audience get to see the Kwamis and we get to learn of their personalities, and it's just, I don't know, I'm really looking forward to it, and it looks super good because I just want to know more about the Kwamis, and their personalities is also along with that, so this just gets me really excited to see more of the lore behind the Kwamis. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the movie that Marinette and Luka are going to, and that is called Crocodile Heart, featuring Jagged Stone and his pet crocodile. So that looks really good. It looks like sort of an Indiana Jones kind of vibe as far as like, I don't know, it looks like he's swinging on a vine. He's got the classic fedora, so definitely getting Indiana Jones vibes there. Now, the final thing I wanted to point out was actually from the first promo that we got from Gloob, and that was we saw Cat Noir in front of the cinema. At least what looks like the cinema. We can't officially confirm if it was the cinema or not, but it's very likely that those 2 clips, or at least I'm pretty sure that the entire promo of today that we got yesterday is of the same episode, right? Luka and Marinette's date. But I think that the Cat Noir scene or short little clip that we saw in the first promo is actually in this episode as well, because like I said, we saw Cat Noir at the cinema, and obviously they are here at the cinema. So I think that is likely going to be what's going to happen, but I mean, obviously it could not be, but I think just trying to connect the dots here. Final thing I wanted to note was how bad the animation looks. Like this is a truly bad DQ episode. It's like they didn't even try. Like, look at the characters in the background of the cinema. Like these, it doesn't even look like it was rendered. This looks like it was the pre-render view. Like, geez. But whatever. It's to be expected with low priority episodes, I guess. And if that, I don't know if that says something, but I'll let you decide about that. All right, so that was the end of section 1. We're gonna go ahead and move on to section 2. Now I'm gonna try to go in order here. Now the first couple scenes here, we've got Marinette and Luka on the phone. Now I don't ever remember Marinette calling Luka, but it seems like they've elevated their friendship enough to be on a phone call basis. So I suppose that says something. I mean, obviously they're going on a date, so that says something that they've leveled up their friendship enough to get to that point. But I'm just putting it out there that I don't think we've ever seen Marinette on the phone with Luka, and so she has sort of elevated that friendship to that level. Now the next part, which I'm actually quite interested in, is Luka is at Marinette's house, okay? But, this might be like, oh, well, you'd expect Luka to come pick her up because he's such a gentleman, they're going out to the movie, so you might as well come pick her up, But Marinette looks surprised about this, okay? And that's where it starts getting interesting. Marinette has this look and she's blinking. She's like, wait, why are you here? Luka, wait, what? I'm so confused. Why are you here? What are you doing? Now, the next scene right after that is it starts on Luka, then it pans to the right to Tom, and then again to the right to Sabine. Now, I don't know if this is just me, but when I saw this scene, I envisioned in my head what they were saying, right? Or sort of what was going through Marinette's head. Or at least what could have been said, which would cause this scene of events, right? Because typically, you're following a flow, right? And so you're starting at Luka, then you're flowing into Tom, and then to Sabine. And what this tells me is that she's like looking at each person for affirmation that what she just heard was correct. Now, what I think is very likely, now obviously this is just my guess, but what I think is likely is Sabine and Tom were like, yo, Luka, we saw that Adrien and Kagami are together. Obviously, Marinette likes Adrien, so why don't you come take Marinette out on a date and maybe, give her some encouragement, maybe ease her away from Adrien a little bit, like start being nice to her, take her to the movies, elevate that friendship level a little bit more, hence why she was on the phone again. Luka's just trying to be nicer. And when Sabine or Tom is like, yeah, we invited Luka over and we thought that you should go on a date, it starts, like, we're obviously in Marinette's view, right? So Marinette's like looking at Luka like, wait, Luka's here, and then she's looking over at Tom, and she's like, wait, you set this up? And then she looks at Sabine. It's like, you guys set this up? Like what is this? Like, she's going to each person being like, what, did you guys really set this up? Like, what's going on? Like, that's what I think, or at least that's what went through my head when I first saw this scene. Obviously, that's just, my guess, could be wrong, but that's what I thought at first. Now, I know people have already yelled at me because I didn't talk about it before, but I felt like it was better for this segment right here. Marinette still has pictures of Adrien on her wall, which sort of helps support what I'm saying. I think Sabine and Tom are like, Marinette, you gotta give up on Adrien. He's already with Kagami. It's time to move on. And so the pictures on her wall indicates that she still likes Adrien, right? But her parents are like, all right, it's time for you to leave the nest a little bit, right? Start moving on a little bit. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Marinette giving this box to Kagami. Now, I saw a lot of people who were like, yeah, she's giving him a macaroon. And I mean, yes, the box would fit that shape, but what's your proof? Like, you have no proof that this is another macaroon, right? Like, the box isn't even the same. Like, the macaroon that she was going to give to Adrien, that was in a bag, not a box. So you can't go based off of that. We don't know what she's giving Luka. Macaroon's a good guess, but you can't just say like, oh, she's giving a macaroon, right? Because obviously there's no proof of that. Unless if I am missing something and I'm just being stupid. I don't know. Could be perfectly possible. Now, the oh my gosh, this is miraculous, what are you doing moment of this promo is obviously, oh, the kiss, oh my goodness. Now, pretty much the entire people that I saw in the comments were like, okay, yeah, obviously this kiss is not gonna happen. And I agree. Like, there's been too many scenes like this where it's like, oh, it's gonna happen, and then nope, it doesn't happen. So I do not think that they are actually going to kiss. It's definitely going to be interrupted. I believe that so much that I'm actually willing to make a bet. If you follow Miraculous Monday, you know that I have a Ladybug costume that I hate wearing. And if the kiss actually happens, if it's not interrupted, and they actually, kiss lip to lip, okay, no cheek stuff, lip to lip, kiss stuff, right? If that happens, I will do a full video on my Ladybug costume, and I'll wear the costume in the full video or whatever, and I'll review it or whatever. I don't know what I'll do, but I will do that, okay? And I hate that, right? So that's how sure I am that this is going to be interrupted. If it's not, then that sucks, but, I'm willing to bet on it. Now, over the course of this episode, it seems like a lot has happened. Marinette was flustered that, maybe not flustered, but confused as to why Luka was in her house. And then, they went on a date, and then they kissed. I don't know. I've never been on a date, but I don't know if kissing on the first date is something that happens. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know. But that feels like a little extreme to me, right? Like if it was me, I would not be kissing on the first date. So I don't know. Maybe it's because Paris people kiss more often, as a greeting. But if it was me, I would not be doing that. And that leads me to the point that some people think that this could just be an illusion. Instead of it being interrupted, it's just Marinette thinks that this is what's going to happen at the movies. Like, oh, it's so romantic, we're going to kiss and all that stuff, right? So she could be thinking that this is what's going to happen, but it doesn't actually happen. And then Luka's just like, Marinette, the movie's over. you know, like it's time to leave. And then Marinette's like, oh, shoot. Oh, goodness gracious, I dazed off. I was like, no, why did we kiss Luka or whatever, you know? So there's a couple different possibilities. Overall, don't think it's going to happen, though. All right, so I think that's it for section 2. I don't think I missed anything. If I did, let me know down in the comments. But we're going to move on to section 3, and that is how likely Lukanette is, I guess, in general. Like how likely is it going to happen? I don't think that's worded correctly, but whatever, I don't care. Now, I do want to preface that, okay, this is a very heated topic, okay? And I do not want shipping wars to go on, okay, guys? Everyone is allowed to have their own preferred ships and what they're gonna like, okay? We don't need to be harassing people or disliking people because of a certain ship they like. I know I wouldn't want you guys hating on me. Obviously, if you're just like joking, like, oh, he likes this ship or whatever, right? But like, I wouldn't want you to actually be offended at me and be like actually mad at me because I like a certain thing, right? And so because I wouldn't want that on me, I wouldn't want that on you. Treat others the way you want to be treated, the golden rule. Good rule to live by the way. But anyway, I'm just saying, okay, everyone needs to chill out, all right? Like, can we all agree that let's just chill out here? Now let's take a step backward here and give you an insight on my opinion on things on this topic, right? I always ship the OTP, and that means the one true pairing. And that is what I feel the creator of the show designed the characters to be with. And in my head, I feel like Thomas and the creators of the show designed Marinette and Adrien to be together. So that's why I call them the OTP, because that is what I believe. I believe that they were designed to be together. And there's tons of evidence out there, right? Like do the invert colors thing, and you know, just the fact that they're the two main characters, that's the biggest dead giveaway, is that they're the main characters, right? They also have, you know, so many like, oh, kissing scenes and, you know, like funny scenes like that, right? So it's not hard to see that that's the OTP. So that's why I ship the OTP, okay? Now, obviously with Miraculous, it's a little bit more complicated because you have the whole love square thing, but I ship Adrianette because that's the most likely option, right? I don't think the reveal is going to happen for a little while, if at all, in the show that we see. So Marinette and Adrien, it's just, you know, it's the most likely option. There's no superhero stuff. Marinette wants to keep superhero love stuff out of it. She just wants it to be real life stuff, right? So that's why I think Adrianette's the most likely option. But basically what I'm getting at here is Lukanette is not going to happen, okay? Sure, they're dating, you know, this is the Lukanette. This is like the best Lukanette you're gonna get, okay? This episode is for you, Lukanette fans. Other than that, they're not even gonna do anything, I don't think. Like maybe they'll be together throughout the season, right? But it's not gonna be very prominent. And I think that's simply because of the nature of the show. Like, the show focuses very little on this stuff, I think. And so it's maybe you'll get like a small scene every episode if you're lucky. But I don't think it's going to be anything too extreme. Lukanette and Adragami are a very good example of what I call transition ships. And those are the ships that take you from, you know, the oh, we're just a friend stage, you know, we're just having fun, we're best friends, and we don't really like anyone, or we like people, but, you know, there's no like actual relationships going on with any of the characters in any way, right? And then we go into the transition ship period, which is, oh, we like people, but we're dating the people that we think we like, but we don't actually like, right? And then after the transition ships and they realize that, like, hey, this is not working, then you move on to the main ships where they actually get together. We've seen this in Star Versus, and that was the show I covered before Miraculous. So we literally saw this exact same thing with Star Versus, and I was right then, and I'm right again, okay? I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything, that's just how it's gonna end, okay? Like relax. If it's not, then I'm sorry, but, you know, I'm pretty sure that that's what it's gonna be. But yeah, I don't think Lukanette's gonna happen. It's just, they're not made to be. Luka doesn't get enough screen time. He's just sort of that character that's there, like, to act as a transition ship, okay? That's like what his character is designed to do. He's the perfect good boy who plays the guitar and is cool, right? Like, that's literally his definition, right? He is the transition ship, okay? So anyway, it's not gonna happen. Marinette and Adrien, that's the OTP. So just wanted to put out there my opinion, and what I've seen in the past, it's playing out again right before my eyes. So I just wanted to inform you that I am likely correct again. Needless to say, I don't care if you ship Lukanette. I don't care if you ship Adrianette. It doesn't matter to me, okay? We like the show, and you can ship whatever you want. Whether or not your ship actually happens, though, we do have to come to accept, like, okay, for example, if Lukanette did end up happening, like, sure, I would be like, okay, that's bad storytelling, and I don't agree with it, but it's like, whatever, right? That's what the creators of the show decided to do. So, like, that's what would go through my head. Okay, but we don't need to get, like, all these, like, big wars going on. That was the big problem with the Star Versus fandom, is the shipping wars were so bad. So please don't turn this fandom into that. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Don't think Lukanette's going to happen. Same with Age Origami. There's a lot of different ideas that I have on how that's going to go down. Yeah. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you did enjoy, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, and I will see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day, and goodbye.
Well, yeah, I like, designs that, go upwards?